You know, I've spent decades studying success, and I've discovered something profound. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent, isn't luck, and it isn't even opportunity. The real difference is simple, successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. They do the hard things. They embrace the difficult. They run toward the challenge while others run away from it. Let me tell you something that will change your life. If you truly understand it, easy choices lead to a hard life, and hard choices lead to an easy life. Think about that for a moment. Every time you choose the comfortable path, every time you hit the snooze button, instead of getting up to work on your dreams, every time you watch television, instead of reading that book, every time you avoid that difficult conversation, you're making your future harder. But when you discipline yourself to do the difficult things now, you're paving the way for an easier, more rewarding life later. The problem with most people is they want everything to be easy. They want success without struggle, wealth without work, fitness without sweat, relationships without effort. But that's not how life works. Life is like the seasons. You cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself. And changing yourself requires doing hard things consistently, day after day, year after year. I want you to understand something crucial. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Right now, in this very moment, you have a choice. You can choose to do what's easy and comfortable, or you can choose to do what's hard and necessary. The easy choice feels good now, but costs you later. The hard choice challenges you now, but rewards you forever. Think about your health. It's hard to exercise every day. It's hard to say no to that extra slice of cake. It's hard to drink water instead of soda. It's hard to go to bed early when everyone else is staying up late. But you know what's harder? Being sick, being overweight, being tired all the time, being unable to play with your children or grandchildren because you don't have the energy, being told by a doctor that your lifestyle has caught up with you. That's hard. That's real hardship. Consider your finances. It's hard to save money when you want to spend it. It's hard to invest when you want instant gratification. It's hard to live below your means when everyone around you is flashing their credit cards and living beyond theirs. It's hard to learn about money management and financial planning. But you know what's harder? Being broke at 65, working when you should be retiring, depending on others because you never depended on yourself, lying, awake at night worried about bills. That's hard. That's crushing. Look at your relationships. It's hard to communicate honestly when you'd rather avoid conflict. It's hard to apologize when you've been wrong. It's hard to listen when you want to talk. It's hard to show up consistently. It's hard to be patient, kind, and understanding when you're tired and stressed. But you know what's harder? Loneliness, divorce, broken families, losing people you love because you weren't willing to do the hard work of maintaining those relationships. That's hard. That's devastating. The pathway to becoming unstoppable begins with accepting this fundamental truth. There is no shortcut. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs, and those stairs are steep. But here's the beautiful part. Every time you choose to do something hard, you become stronger. Every time you push through resistance, you build resilience. Every time you face your fears, you diminish their power over you. Success is not a sprint. It's a marathon of daily disciplines. It's doing the thing you need to do whether you feel like it or not. Motivation is good, but discipline is reliable. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. And discipline, my friend, is nothing more than choosing to do the hard thing over and over again until it becomes part of who you are. I've watched thousands of people over my career, and I can tell you this, with absolute certainty. Your life will improve in direct proportion to your willingness to face difficulty. Show me someone who runs from hard things, and I'll show you someone who's running in circles, never getting anywhere meaningful. Show me someone who embraces challenge, and I'll show you someone who's on their way to extraordinary achievement. The hardest walk you can make is the walk alone, but it's also the walk that makes you strongest. There will be times when you're working while others are partying, times when you're studying while others are sleeping, times when you're saving while others are spending, times when you're building while others are comfortable. And during those times, you'll be tempted to quit. You'll be tempted to join the crowd. But that's when you must remember the crowd is headed toward average, and you're not built for average. You're built for excellence. Let me share something profound with you. The universe rewards those who do what most won't. It's a law as reliable as gravity. When you consistently do the hard things, when you push through when others quit, when you stay committed when others give up, life has no choice but to reward you. Not immediately, perhaps, not according to your timeline, but inevitably, absolutely, without question. Think about farmers for a moment. They understand this principle better than anyone. A farmer doesn't plant seeds in the spring and expect a harvest in the summer. They know there's a season for planting, a season for cultivating, a season for patience, and then finally a season for harvest. They do the hard work of preparing the soil, planting the seeds, watering, weeding, protecting the crops from pests, all before they see a single result. They don't complain about the work being hard. They just do it because they understand the law of the harvest. You must become like that farmer in your own life. Plant the seeds of discipline. Cultivate the habits of success. Be patient during the seasons of growth. And trust that harvest time will come. But here's the key. You can't plant in the fall and expect to harvest in the spring. You can't neglect the disciplines in January through September and then try to catch up in October. Life doesn't work that way. Success doesn't work that way. The hard truth is this: where you are right now is the result of the choices you've made and the disciplines you've kept or neglected over the past 5 years. And where you'll be 5 years from now will be determined by what you do today, tomorrow, and every day after that. You can't change your past, but you can absolutely change your future by changing what you do in the present. So, what are the hard things you need to do? Only you can answer that question because only you know where you're falling short. But I can guide you. Look at your life. Where are you disappointed? Where are you frustrated? Where do you feel stuck? Those areas are showing you exactly where you need to apply more discipline and do harder things. If you're disappointed with your income, then the hard thing might be learning new skills, working extra hours, starting that side business, or having a difficult conversation with your boss about your value. If you're frustrated with your health, then the hard thing might be changing your diet, exercising consistently, or breaking addictive habits. If you feel stuck in your relationships, then the hard thing might be being vulnerable, setting boundaries, or investing more quality time. Here's what I want you to understand. Doing hard things isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about being good to yourself. It's about loving yourself enough to demand more from yourself. It's about respecting your future enough to sacrifice comfort in the present. It's about understanding that you deserve better and you're willing to work for better. When you start doing the hard things, something remarkable happens. You begin to develop what I call personal power. This is different from external power like money or position. Personal power is the confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say you're going to do something hard, and you actually do it, you make a deposit into your self-esteem account. Every time you back out, you make a withdrawal. Your self-image is largely determined by how well you keep commitments to yourself. Unstoppable people have massive self-trust because they've proven to themselves over and over that they'll do what they say they'll do, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. This self-trust becomes the foundation for everything else: courage, persistence, resilience, determination. You become unstoppable not because nothing can stop you, but because you've proven to yourself that you won't stop yourself. Let me tell you about two types of pain in life: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline is temporary. It's the discomfort of getting up early, of saying no to dessert, of studying when you'd rather relax, of working when you'd rather play. It's real pain, but it's light and it passes. But the pain of regret is permanent. It's the heavy burden of knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more, but you chose the easy path. It's the weight of unrealized potential. It's the ache of dreams that died because you weren't willing to do what was necessary to bring them to life. I've met people in their 70s and 80s who are still carrying the pain of regret from decisions they made in their 20s and 30s. I've seen the sadness in their eyes when they talk about what could have been. I've heard the tremor in their voices when they say, "I wish I had." Don't be that person. Don't trade temporary comfort for permanent regret. Choose the pain of discipline over the pain of regret every single time. Now, I want to address something important. Doing hard things doesn't mean you never rest. It doesn't mean you work yourself into exhaustion. It doesn't mean you sacrifice your health or your relationships on the altar of achievement. That's not discipline, that's obsession. True discipline includes the wisdom to rest, to recharge, to enjoy the journey. But it means you rest after you've done the work, not instead of doing the work. The key is learning to do the hard things first. Handle the most difficult task early in your day. Have that tough conversation now, not later. Make that sales call before lunch. Write those difficult pages in the morning. Do your workout before work. When you do the hard thing first, everything else becomes easier by comparison. Plus, you've already won the day before most people have even started theirs. Here's another principle that will serve you well. Hard doesn't mean complicated. Most of the hard things in life are actually quite simple. Eating healthy isn't complicated. You know what foods are good for you and what aren't. It's just hard to choose the salad over the burger. Saving money isn't complicated. Spend less than you earn. It's just hard to delay gratification. Building better relationships isn't complicated. Listen more, judge less, show up consistently. It's just hard to put in the effort. Don't confuse simple with easy. Many of the most powerful disciplines in life are simple, but that doesn't make them easy. Reading 30 minutes a day is simple. Doing it every single day for 5 years is hard. Saving 10% of your income is simple. Doing it when you have expenses and temptations is hard. Treating people with kindness and respect is simple. Doing it when you're tired, frustrated, or have been mistreated is hard. Becoming unstoppable requires you to develop what I call the no matter what mindset. This is the commitment to do what needs to be done no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter what obstacles arise, no matter what others think or say, no matter how long it takes. This mindset separates the unstoppable from the average. Average people do what needs to be done when it's convenient. Unstoppable people do what needs to be done, period. I want you to start seeing hard things differently. Most people see difficulty as a problem to be avoided. Unstoppable people see difficulty as an opportunity to grow. They understand that you don't develop muscles by lifting light weights. You don't build mental toughness with easy challenges. You don't create an extraordinary life with ordinary effort. The hard thing is the very thing that transforms you into the person capable of achieving what you desire. When you face something difficult, instead of asking, "Why is this so hard?" ask, "What is this making me become?" Because every challenge, every difficulty, every hard thing you face is an invitation to become more capable, more resilient, more patient, more creative, more determined, more of who you're meant to be. Let me share one of the most important lessons I've learned. The timing is never going to be perfect. You're never going to feel completely ready. There's never going to be a convenient time to do hard things. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll be waiting forever. Feelings follow action, not the other way around. You don't wait until you feel motivated to start, you start, and motivation follows. You don't wait until it feels easy, you do it while it's hard, and eventually it becomes easier. This is why successful people develop routines and systems. They don't rely on willpower for everything, because willpower is a limited resource. Instead, they create structures that make doing hard things automatic. They set up their environment for success. They remove temptations. They create accountability. They make the hard thing the path of least resistance and the easy thing harder to do. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Put your alarm clock across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Have a workout partner who's counting on you. Make it easier to work out than to skip it. This is how you stack the deck in your favor. Remember this, everything you want is on the other side of hard. That business you want to build hard. That body you want to achieve hard. That relationship you want to heal hard. That skill you want to master hard. That debt you want to eliminate hard. But here's the beautiful truth, you're capable of hard. You're built for it. You're stronger than you think, more resilient than you know, and more capable than you've ever imagined. The question isn't whether you can do hard things. The question is whether you will. Will you choose growth over comfort? Will you choose discipline over convenience? Will you choose your future over your feelings? These are the questions that will determine your destiny. I want to leave you with this final thought. Becoming unstoppable is not about never falling. It's about getting up every single time you do. It's about continuing when others quit. It's about doing the hard thing one more time, and then another, until the hard becomes habit, until discipline becomes destiny, until the person you're becoming is someone even you don't recognize because you've transformed yourself through the power of doing what's difficult. Your life is waiting for you. Your potential is calling to you. Your dreams are possible. But they require you to become the kind of person who does hard things consistently. They require you to stop making excuses and start making progress. They require you to trade comfort for growth, easy for effective, convenient for committed. Starting today, commit to doing at least one hard thing every single day. Something that scares you, something you've been avoiding, something that will move you forward. Do it before you do anything else. Do it whether you feel like it or not. Do it until it becomes part of your identity. Because when you become the kind of person who does hard things, you become unstoppable. And when you become unstoppable, there's no limit to what you can achieve, who you can become, and what you can contribute to this world. The choice is yours. Choose hard. Choose growth. Choose to become unstoppable.